Chiefs Kingdom, I need your help. Do you want a Chiefs Report YouTube channel? Let me know in the comments. Type KC if you do. The biased bosses, the bureaucrats here at Chat Sports, are very biased toward the Oakland Raiders. They've got their own channel. We're in first place in the AFC West. So let me know. Comment KC down below, and let's get to those Chiefs news and rumors. We were all worried when Patrick Mahomes went down with that dislocated knee injury on Thursday night against the Broncos, but it's not as bad as we initially feared. Look, Patrick Mahomes actually has not been ruled out against Green Bay on Sunday night. Now, I don't think he's going to play. Andy Reid said at his Monday presser that he hasn't ruled him out yet. He said it would be a stretch, that was the word he used, for Patrick to play, but that's a good sign. That means he will be back sooner rather than later. The initial fear was there's going to be ligament damage and he might have season-ending surgery. He could be playing in the next few weeks, which is a good sign for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here was Andy Reid's full quote. I'd probably say it would be a stretch for him to get there, but he's working hard, and from the information that we've had to this point, he's doing what he can do, and we'll just see how it goes. But we're going to get Matt Moore ready to go on the other hand. That was Andy Reid on Patrick Mahomes' status and chances of playing on Sunday night. Now, I don't think he's going to play against the Packers. It's going to be Matt Moore, who came in and played pretty well against the Broncos. 10 of 19, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Had a nice downfield throw to Tyreek Hill for a long touchdown where he stepped up in the pocket and made a nice play. Managed the game well, didn't turn the ball over. That's going to be the key moving forward, is Matt Moore managing these next couple of games. And you can afford to wait and be patient on Patrick Mahomes, because you take a look at the AFC West standings, Kansas City has a comfortable lead at 5-2. Oakland at 3-3. Broncos and Chargers probably already out of the mix at this point at 2-5. You already have beaten Oakland head-to-head. I think you're in good shape here. I personally would not play Mahomes before Week 11, which will be after these next 3 games against the Los Angeles Chargers. This is the upcoming schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Packers on Sunday night. Wouldn't expect him to play. Not worth the risk. Realistically, you're probably going to drop that game. Green Bay's playing really well. Then you play Minnesota the next week. Maybe he's ready to go that week. That's going to be a tough game as well. Would not force the issue, though, there either. Then you go to Tennessee. Then you play the Chargers in Mexico City. That's the day I would be looking at in Week 11. If you can go 1-2 these next 2 weeks, get to 6-4 with 6 games left to go. You play him against the Chargers, put them out of reach in the division. Then you get the bye week. So he gets another week after playing to rest up and get fully to 100%. Maybe he's 85, 90% by that Chargers game. Then after the bye week, he's full throttle for the final stretch run. I'm eyeing that Chargers game for Patrick Mahomes to make his return from the dislocated knee injury. So let me know in the comments, what game will Patrick Mahomes return? When will be his first game back? I'm eyeing that Chargers game. They haven't ruled him out this week. I'd be stunned if he played this week or even next week against Minnesota. But Tennessee in a couple weeks is possible, and I really think that Chargers game before the bye week makes a lot of sense. But let me know in the comments down below. Now, today's video is brought to you by the My TV Choice app. I was watching the Chiefs-Broncos game on Thursday Night Football, and I was thrilled because the Chiefs were winning. But I was also thrilled because I didn't have to watch boring commercials. The My TV Choice app covers those for you. So this is what you do. You download the app at chatsports.com/mytv. It's going to sync up to your Wi-Fi, sync to your smart TV, and when the game goes to commercial, you're not going to get those stupid farmersonly.com ads. You're going to get sports content from us here at Chat Sports and other outlets. So download it today, chatsports.com/mytv. Replace commercials forever during big sporting events. It's the My TV Choice app. Other injury players and news items for you right here. These 5 guys, including Patrick Mahomes, who we talked about, are all starting to get healthier. Eric Fisher, he's day-to-day, the left tackle, could play as soon as this week. Same with Sammy Watkins, the wide receiver who missed last week. He could be back against the Packers as well. Chris Jones, he's a big one, that defensive tackle. They've missed him in a major way. He's getting closer as well. Andrew Wiley, not as close. He's progressing. Wouldn't expect him to play this week. That's why I've got him there as doubtful. Same with Patrick Mahomes. I'll list him as doubtful. I would be stunned if he plays this week, but these guys are progressing. The Chiefs are getting healthier and healthier for the second half of the season. That is a very, very good sign. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes' injury, don't expect Kansas City to trade for a quarterback. Now, if he was going to have surgery, I think they would have had to make a move, especially if they wanted to salvage this season. But I think Matt Moore can hold it down for 2 or 3 games, possibly 4 games if you want to rest him until after the bye week. Jason La Canfora reported that he doesn't expect the Chiefs to trade for a quarterback. Andy Reid is much more comfortable playing guys who are comfortable in his system. Matt Moore has been with the team all season long. He's a veteran. He's actually won more games than he's lost in his career as a starter. I believe he's 28-27, so pretty solid as a backup. Now, just for fun, and if you think they should trade for a quarterback, here's 5 guys that came to mind if the Chiefs did want to trade for a quarterback. Marcus Mariota, final year of his rookie contract in Tennessee. They've moved on. Ryan Tannehill is their guy, at least for this season. You could buy low and, don't have to re-sign him, obviously, after this year, so he's an option. Tyrod Taylor, the veteran, backing up Phillip Rivers for the Chargers. He's played in a lot of football games. He could certainly manage the offense. Andy Dalton, similar to Mariota, 0 dead cap money after this year. You could bring him in. You could start him for a few games till Mahomes is healthy, and then you could cut him after the season. Case Keenum, veteran experience, similar to Tyrod, has actually had better results. He took Minnesota to the NFC title game a few years ago. And then RG3, a guy who's trying to revitalize his career, backing up Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. I think he could be an option as well. But again, I don't expect the trade to happen because the Chiefs have elevated Kyle Shurmur from the practice squad. So this is Matt Moore's offense, at least for the next couple of weeks. Kyle Shurmur will be the backup. Was up and down in the preseason, but again, like Andy Reid said, he likes guys that know the offense. Kyle Shurmur's been in this system since after the draft. Chiefs cut DeAnthony Thomas to make room for Kyle Shurmur on the 53-man roster. Shout out Byron Pringle doing enough to stay on the 53-man. But I'll ask you guys, should the Chiefs trade for a quarterback? Type Y for yes, type N for no. It's a long shot. If you call up Kyle Shurmur, that means you're probably not making a move. Patrick Mahomes seems to be progressing quickly, but if you still think they should, type Y for yes. If you don't, type N for no. And while you're thinking about that, pondering that, subscribe to us here on Chat Sports. If you love the Chiefs, you got to subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We're trying to launch a Chiefs channel, potentially the bosses. I'm trying to talk them into it. You got to subscribe here first. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. NBA opening night tonight. Lots of NBA videos on the channel as well. Chat Sports, it's the internet's #1 sports channel on YouTube. Okay, this trade rumor is something I am interested in. Trading for Leonard Williams. Look, this team has been gashed in the run several weeks this year, especially with Chris Jones out. Now, they played better against Denver. The defense actually played extremely well, so kudos, but they're going to have to need some help if they're going to stop some good teams. Joe Flacco's not scaring anybody at this point in his career. Bleacher Report sent out a post saying every team, whatever player they should sign, I can't talk for some reason. Leonard Williams to the Chiefs was their idea, and I actually agree with this. Usually it's the failing Bleacher Report, but I like this idea. They need help against the run. Now, keep in mind, Leonard Williams is in the final year of his rookie contract. They haven't re-upped Chris Jones, so not sure what yet happens there. And Leonard Williams is not having a very good season. You look at what he did his first 4 years with the Jets, got better and better every single year. The tackles for losses rising. 2017 had a bit of a blip, but had 11 tackles for losses last year, 5 sacks. This year, no sacks, no tackles for loss. Has only hit the quarterback 5 times in 6 games. Now, maybe that's just the Jets being bad and he needs a better scheme. Maybe he'd fit better in the 4-3 scheme under Steve Spagnuolo, but he needs a fresh start. Maybe the Chiefs make sense, but again, it worries me because what happens long-term with Chris Jones? You want to pay him, you want to pay Patrick Mahomes. Are you going to give up a second-round pick, which is what I think it'll cost just to bring in a guy for the second half of this season? I'm not sure that you would do that. I like the idea. I think he would be a good fit. I just don't know if I'm willing to give up a second-round pick to either lose Chris Jones or lose that pick. I would need to be convinced that you could keep both guys long-term. I'm not sure that can happen with the cap situation. Okay, today's show also brought to you by BetDSI. Use that promo code NFL120 to get the 120% deposit bonus. There's not a better deal out there, guys. Chatsports.com/bet. Bet on the Lakers and Clippers tonight. Opening night in the NBA. I'm going to be spending some of my money, and guess what? If you lose a couple bets, that's what that deposit bonus is for, 120% deposit bonus. I got some money back this week betting on the Chiefs. It was a couple of down weeks, made a lot of that money back this week. Go do it at BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120. 120. Now, this is an interesting one. The Jaguars reportedly refused to trade Ramsey to the Kansas City Chiefs. Jalen Ramsey, of course. The Rams ended up scooping him. They gave up 2 firsts and a 4th to get him. Now, Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated says Chiefs are very interested, but the Jaguars, A, didn't want to trade him to an AFC foe, and B, felt like the Chiefs' draft picks were going to be too low. So even if you give up 2 firsts, it was going to be 27th or worst pick in each of those cases. So Jaguars traded him to the Rams, but my thought there is the Rams are pretty good too. Those draft picks are probably going to be pretty low. They've been up and down so far this year. But interesting story here. These are the list of teams Jalen Ramsey wanted to go to. The 5 teams he reportedly gave the Jags, the Rams, the team he ended up going to, obviously the Chiefs, the Ravens, Eagles, and the Oakland Raiders. I know Mitch has been harping for that, but he ends up in Los Angeles. I wanted him in Kansas City, but the Jags reportedly were not going to do that. They didn't even field calls from the Chiefs reportedly in the days leading up to the trade, so that fell through. These are my biggest trade needs for the Kansas City Chiefs. I still think cornerback is a major need. Mo Claiborne played okay. Rashad Fenton, the rookie, actually played nice in Kendall Fuller's absence, but you need another guy back there. I don't think Patrick Peterson's going to get traded at this point. Arizona's playing better, but they need to make a move for somebody. Defensive line, we just talked about Leonard Williams. I think he would be a big help. I did a video a couple of weeks ago suggesting Geno Atkins and Sheldon McClendon. McClendon just got extended, so I don't think that's going to happen, but a couple of names to keep in mind there. And then linebacker as well. Look, the run game's been gashed a lot. They played better against Denver, as I said, but they need a guy who can go out there and make 10 or 15 tackles a game. That guy is not on the roster right now. I like Anthony Hitchens, but he's much better suited as a team's second best linebacker. He's not a number 1 linebacker on a good defense. But I'll ask you guys, what position should the Chiefs trade for? What's the biggest need? Let me know. Give me your trade ideas in the comments. I'm always reading them. I'll be replying to you guys. Let me know and subscribe while you're at it. YouTube.com/chatsportstv, and we will see you next time.